Here we are, first time doing YouTube live.
We made it. So
Yoo-hoo!
we're good to go. Yay! Our first time. I've never done it from a laptop before. I can do it awesomely from a phone, but just never from a laptop. So
Yeah, Yana's used to doing her YouTube lives at Disney World, Disneyland.
Disneyland, yes.
Yeah.
I do them sometimes walking too, but yeah.
Now,
So
what's your Disneyland channel? Popcorn,
Main Street Popcorn.
Main Street Popcorn. So go
Yeah.
check out her
So
Disney.
we got lives coming. We suspended lives for right now while I learned a bunch of new stuff. So now we're doing them again shortly.
Cool.
We're in a heat wave right now, so it's like 100 and I don't know. It's a surface of the sun out there, and we have three fires around us. So it's a surface of the sun with raining ash and and no
Yikes.
and like it's orange.
It's been
So
pouring rain here all day.
oh my gosh,
I mean, like buckets.
oh my gosh.
I was at a client this morning, and this particular client is he's right near the river. So when it rains, it floods.
Uh huh.
So I got there at 7 this morning. I was leaving at 11 and it was buckets. And I was leaving, the street was starting to rise. And I thought I got out of here just in time. You
Oh
know,
my gosh, yeah.
we've done it where we've walked in and it's been 3 feet in the building.
Oh
So
my gosh. I
it's
remember those
awful.
days when we lived in Florida. I hated that rain.
Now,
Yeah.
and this guy is one of these paper guys.
Uh,
Ev- Everything. Like, oh my
okay.
gosh.
So this is
Yeah.
where I tell you all the time, you work too hard. You do. I don't do that.
Well,
I'm a
I have
paper
this is the
guy.
client I've gone to for 17 years. Every week for 17 years. And I have it to a science. I mean, if anybody else did what I'm doing there, they'd be there 5 days. I'm there 4 hours. And because like he goes, this guy is brilliant. His name is Brett, and he really is he's he reminds me of Hal. He's like they're brothers from a different mother. Is that what it
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
he it's a union and he's the business manager of the union. He knows the union rules. He's a great business manager. Anyway, when he uses a lot of credit cards, and he gets them in his own name, because plays all the rewards, cash back, and all that stuff. So he has all of the credit cards, and every single credit card, a receipt is attached, but he doesn't have online. He gives me the statement. So I've come up with a spreadsheet where I just go blah, 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 and then I can use the accountant toolbox. And he uses desktop, QuickBooks Desktop, where I turn the accountant toolbox on, where I can batch data entry. So literally, the credit card stacks are huge because there's 4 businesses that he does this for. So he'll use one American Express. Some of it's for the joint apprentice, some of it's for the PAC fund, some of it's for the club, some of it's for the union. So he takes the one statement and splits it by the company. So, so
Oh my god.
it's amazing, but I have it down to a science.
Okay.
Where stuff V lookups and all this stuff. So it takes me literally seconds. And then of course there's all of this reimbursement stuff, like the organizer, the local pays for the JAE payroll. We have to do a reimbursement, blah, blah, blah. So instead of figuring that out every month, oh, well, how much is that? I have a report that I run that I have. Okay, here's how much you got to do. I mean, literally, it takes 2 minutes. So it doesn't take long, but to get there, and then like the union, the daily sales, it has this. Okay, so the members pay their dues. Part of it goes to the national, part of it stays local, part of it's death benefit. Then they buy T-shirts and they buy pins, and now on Saturday they're having their 110th dinner, and they're getting tickets for that. So the daily sales, and then of course they do apprentice where they teach people plumbers how to be plumbers and pipe fitters. I tell you what, the place is amazing. So and he collects credit cards. So sometimes the apprentices are paying the local because the local's the one that takes the credit cards. There's this spreadsheet that I have, or it's a sales receipt that goes to zero every day. We know exactly how much is going to the national, how much is going to the JAE, how much is going to the club, how much is going into the T-shirts, how much should be paid for the 110 dinner. It's all on one. And I go down and it has to foot. And if it
That is a
doesn't
thing
flood,
of beauty. That
if it
is like
doesn't,
a thing of beauty. I would love that.
he has
But
16 bank accounts because he splits the money based on where it goes. So
mhm.
that's all in there. And if it doesn't foot, I'll call Susan. Susan's the receptionist who's been there almost as long as I have. And she'll go, "Oh, did I make a mistake again?" The woman is amazing because the phone is constantly ringing off the hook and she's handling all this stuff. And she tries to make my job easy, which I really appreciate. And so it all foots at the end of the month. Of course, then they have reciprocity where they got people coming in and people going out, and got to pay. And then, in fact, they get an audit every year,
Of course.
and the auditors come in, and the auditors have said we love coming here because there's everything put is perfect. I know. I was an auditor. I know what you look for. So if there, so I know what you guys want. I know how to do the prepaids. I know how to do the bills. I know how to, you know, and so anyway, I enjoy going there, because I like how scientific it is, and he has very good separation of duties. He'll have the bill, I'll enter the bill, he signs the check. So
That's good.
great
I love
separation of
that.
duties,
Yeah,
and
that's really cool. Yeah,
and
you're
he
making that sing, that business sing.
oh, I'm
That's
making
what
it sing, man.
those books sing. That's what I
I
love.
and
Yeah,
that's I mean, tell you what, that's my happy place when I'm
yeah.
doing that. And take a, you know, a, a lot of time when I don't know if I told you, but when I was in college, I needed to make extra money. So what I did was I ironed the professors' shirts, 50 cents a shirt, because I love taking this balled up stuff and getting my iron and the starch and making the shirt nice and neat. And I think that I said that's what I do all day long. I iron shirts. I take this mess and I make it neat. I'm doing this one now. It's a yarn shop. Y'all know I like to knit, so it's a yarn shop, and she does not have, she gives me 12 bank statements, 12 credit, 3 credit cards, 12 statements each, paper. So, all right, how do you do that one? Scan it all in. I did Adobe, made a spreadsheet, footed it all up, uploaded it into Ledger. Done.
Nice.
I tell you, and I the most time I spend is thinking about how am I going to approach it. That's the big, how am I going to approach this task instead of just, because I think that's the big. Do you spend a lot of time doing that when you're looking at a job?
Oh yeah, it's the approach that makes the difference, which is why I do the strategy call. Hey, we have some people in the chat
Oh,
who
we
do
do.
this.
Oh, great.
Yes, we have Beth Ann, who
Oh,
we
hey,
know
Beth Ann.
from
She's a
many
bud.
different things over the years, including now Buds, because now I'm a member of Bookkeeping Buds,
I
and
made
Cindy
Donna join.
here.
I said,
Cindy's
Donna, you.
here. Cindy's here also. So yeah,
Oh,
thank you
great.
guys for joining us. And she
Yes.
said Deb gets paid in yam.
Yeah.
So and I'm getting told my mic is hard to hear. So thank you, Cindy. So we're trying to like work out all our details. Let's see what's going on as I adjust. I don't know. If that's better, let me know. If it's not, we'll make adjustments as I listen to this again.
Yeah, this is our
Yeah.
first time trying this, so and Dawn is the one and her son is the brains behind the
So we yeah. So we normally do this live on a phone with mics like wired to me. That I have like this lavalier. Well, I have like this mic pack, and it's like one's in my pocket with the thing going up, and it's all okay. Um, and thanks, City. Maybe it's just you. I don't know if anyone else is in here and they can't hear me very well. Please let me know. Let me just check the bottom of this mic real quick. So you're gonna see
You
my
have to
whole mic
understand,
pack
Dawn is
going up.
much quieter than I am too.
Yeah. All right. Everything's going all right here. So we'll re-listen to it and we'll figure it out. As we'll get better with every time we do this, because we're gonna do it at least once a week. I know for sure.
Yeah.
So
And we want to keep them short because we know your time is valuable. And I like short podcasts and videos because, oh, I can take 20 minutes, 30 minutes and listen. But when they're When they're too long, I pass them by. Unless it's my favorite YouTube channel of all times, Hollywood Graveyards.
The
Yeah.
graveyards.
Oh, Hannah, we did. Don and I talked before the thing. I don't know if y'all heard. It's a sad day today. Darth Vader's father died. Darth Vader died today.
Darth Vader died yesterday.
Darth Vader died today. Luke's
Yep.
dad. Luke's
Mike's
dad.
still
Oh,
going.
Alicia's
Oh,
here.
Alicia's on too. So my
Woohoo,
mic
Alicia.
is causing a problem. Maybe I have the wrong mic hooked up. Audio. Oh. Let me see something here. Mic is going crazy on my side. Why do I always have these problems? Oh well. We'll just keep going. I promise you we'll get better as we go. Desktop
Yeah.
audio. We did test these the other day. So maybe it's running off my desktop audio. Anyway, I knew we
Anyway,
were
we can
having
still talk.
issues, but we can still talk. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Deb's louder than me, so it's all cool
Well,
anyway.
that's true, even if I'm not on a mic.
Yeah, it's not very true. Yep.
Oh, it's Alicia Turner, not Alicia Katz. Sorry, Alicia. I saw the A.
All right, no problem. Yep. So Cindy and Alicia have confirmed what we've already known. Let me see if I can churn. You know what? I just don't know how to fix it right now.
Oh, well, we'll
So
just talk.
sorry. Yeah. Sorry, guys. We'll do the best we can, and we'll probably be back on maybe in another few days. We can figure
Right.
this out. But we appreciate you guys coming on. I'm leaning in as much as I can here. It might not even be connected to this one. Kind of thinking maybe the mic didn't connect the way I wanted it to. Oh well.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I don't want to call my tech team up because he is eating and not wearing appropriate attire. All right, so what else is
So, what
going
else is
on?
going on in your world, Donna?
In my world, let's see. Well, last week was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
We had two fraud payments come through on different, one on a personal and one on a business. So
Yikes.
yeah, so that was a nightmare figuring that out. And of course, it happened over the weekend, and they had to wait all the way till Tuesday to talk to anybody. So that was a challenge. Um, and then let's see what else. There was other things that happened. Oh, and then Melio, for some reason, over the weekend, over Labor Day weekend, sent out notices to everyone who had paid me that they were non-compliant and were canceling all the payments. So that was like, $20,000 worth of payments that I thought weren't going to hit the bank. And of course, they didn't reply to anything. I sent them. I'm like, what do you mean non-compliant? What does this mean? Well, it turns out it was an error in the email system. I did end up getting all the money, but I had my clients hanging out there wondering wondering what was going on and asking me, and I'm reaching out to support, and nobody's responding at all until Tuesday. And then when they respond, they're like, oh yeah, those went out in error. You should have got an email that said they went out in error. And I'm like, well, you didn't send any emails that said it was an error. So it was a bit of a stressful week getting all of that sorted out, and of course making my clients feel comfortable. And needless to say,
Right.
I will be changing this month, so I have to go through that pain now to
Right.
change.
And I know, like, I know we talked at the Buds meeting this week. We had a Buds meeting this week. That's bookkeeping Buds for those of you that don't know. Um, my friend Cindy Schrader, who's in the text, she's the founder of the Bookkeeping Buds, and it's a group that is just fabulous. Anyway, Cindy, post the Buds link in the chat for everybody so they
Oh
can
yeah,
become
drop it
part
in
of.
there for us. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we talked about. I know I got hit with the $20 Intuit merchant service charge. Of course, Hal is all over every dollar I spend. So he goes, "What's this $20 we got charged from Intuit?" I don't know. I mean, like, I just kind of, so I'm looking and I go, "Wait a minute." Um, I looked to see, and they charge on the fees. There was a monthly service charge. I'm like, "What?" So I called them. And they go, well, and the girl that answered the phone, she had, I don't know anything about that. Well, so she puts me on hold and she goes, talks to the team. And she goes, well, did you get an email about that? I go, let me look. Sure enough, I'm looking back and there it was, $20 monthly service charge now. And I'm blanking, oh crap. I mean, not only did you raise the fees, you are now holding the money and now you're charging me $20. I said, I realize I was talking to the the helper on the other end, and they are all very nice. I said, I realize I'm not, I don't mean to be mean to the messenger, but really, I'm ready to look for somewhere else. And it's so I'm looking at Anchor. But then of course I know Cindy in Bookkeeping Buds, again, is going to do a thing where one of the users, the Buds users, is going to go through how she uses Anchor, because Anchor charges $5 max for ACH, and I don't know what their merchant service fee is. But when I was on that call with the Intuit, they said, "Have you ever had a rate review done?" I go, "No." Let's see if we can do a rate review. She comes, we can do a rate review and we can reduce your fees and we'll get rid of the $20. Okay. So everybody call up and ask for a rate review on your merchant services account. If you use Intuit payments, you might be able to get a deal. But
I've never even heard of that before. They've never ever said. I just closed my
I
account.
know, it's kind of like,
I'm like, I never
I
even
know
said
one
anything
time I
wrong with
called
it.
up. In fact,
Yeah.
sometimes you find these things out by accident. So I remember one time I called up and this was a goof. I charged, okay, I have my monthly QuickBooks Online bill. And in the beginning, I would pay for the client's QuickBooks Online. I do not do that anymore. But anyway, there are some clients that I pay for it. My QuickBooks Online bill is about between $1,000 and $1,500 a month. Not like some of them, but to me it's a lot. Anyway, I signed up a client, was going to I put their credit card in, and I don't know how it happened, but their credit card was charged my monthly fee. The month, I'm like,
Oh my
oh
god.
crap, like, you know, oh crap. So, of course, I called the client up and I apologized profusely. It was a mistake. I will come down and give you a check. She goes, no, that's okay. Just apply it towards the future. Oh, nice. Oh, thank you. Anyway, when I called them up and they said, oh, we're running a special right now that you can get all your clients on Plus for $30. What?
What?
All my Plus clients, not limited to 5. No, anybody on Plus can go for $30 for 2 years. I go, change them all.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had some on Simple Start. I upgraded them.
Uh huh.
Some were on
Exactly.
Essentials. I upgraded them, which meant I still paid less.
Yeah.
So I'm paying, and I still have another year left to go. So I wouldn't have found that out had I not made that mistake. They didn't advertise it. So sometimes you got to call up and, so I found that out. So my QuickBooks Online bill dropped from like 2,500. Now it's at the like 1,500 or whatever it is. It dropped down significantly.
Wow.
So
Yeah. You never really know. They're changing stuff all the time. We have a
I
couple
did get a
comments in the
I
chat
did get
too.
a call from somebody that I got five Ledger accounts. Now Ledger only costs $10 as it is, but I got 5 Ledgers accounts for $5 each. So I bought them. So I'm paying $25 for 5 Ledgers. That would have been normally $50. I got it for 25. So I've been using those up.
So
Um,
in the chat we've got Cindy who says a great tip, Deb. Was able to get the deal with the rate review based on your
oh,
recommendation.
great.
That's
Perfect.
great. Great.
It's,
Yeah. And Beth Ann says someone said some of the fees are for unused merchant accounts for old clients, which would kind of make sense. I never use my merchant account except for there are lots of people who were actively using their merchant accounts and got that same fee. So, well, I get that they would do that for people like me who weren't even using it and forgot to close it. But in this case, I think they just went across the board all the way. As
well,
far
what's
as
a
I can
pain?
tell, yeah.
I mean, it's just one more. We have enough. trying to keep up with now this BOI requirement that's going out there. That what's all that about? And then I know Joanne in the Buds, she posted she just did 3 BOIs and they weren't as hard as she thought. Well, let me tell you something. If you're doing it for a client, you better be charging.
Yeah.
But we're telling clients about that, and it doesn't cost anything to do it, but they have to go to the FinCEN site and sign up. Or you can go to somebody like CorpNet, they'll do it, and I think they charge $99. Or you pay CorpNet to do it, $79, and you charge them $400 to do it. Anyway, but that's something to stay on top of. Of course, all of the changes are coming out, all of the AI that's now happening. In fact, today iPhone released its new telephone, the iPhone 16, that
Uh-huh.
apparently has a new thing about all with Apple intelligence in it. I'm thinking, oh, when will it end? I mean, um, uh, Cindy says it's not recommended to handle the big too much. I mean, the liability is just filling out the information. I don't see where, you
I
know,
would run it
li-
through, if I was going to start doing it for people, I would run it through CorpNet, that's your insurance,
yeah,
and then charge them a lot of money too, because
yeah.
you can.
Because CorpNet will do it, but it has to be done. I know the AICPA, I think it was them, they were trying to say, well, this is stupid. But
Okay.
if you don't do it, I think it's what, $500 a day. Yeah, Cindy says it's easy for your clients to do it. Yes, it is, but
Yes.
will they?
Yes.
I know in Florida, where Cindy and I both live in Florida, they have an annual fee that's due for the state of Florida that's due January 1. It's late on May 1st. And if it's late, you still pay the fee plus $400. If
Uh-huh.
you don't pay it till September, it's another $750. So we call clients that have not paid it in April and say, you need to do this. Now, we're happy to do it for you, and then you can reimburse us. And we charge X dollars to do it. We kind of double the fee. Just do it for me. Okay, great. Because it paying me is still less than paying the state to not do it. Does that make sense? Now,
Yeah.
they could they do it themselves? Absolutely. It takes literally seconds. You go in, you fill it. Did anything change? No. Put my credit card number in, done. But they forget. So
Yes.
it's just an added value add that we do. And I can't tell you that little stuff to me is what makes the difference and why do clients stay with. Well, my client called me and reminded me, and but same thing with the BOI. I mean, you can do it. I mean, we don't have to do it, but you can.
So,
But if you don't, there's this, and
yeah,
then
so
just
do you, yeah, so this actually brings up a thing that I think a lot of bookkeepers don't do. Do you market directly to your clients by sending them reminders of like, hey, you need to do all this? I can do it for you, and it'll be this much, or you can do it yourself. So I market directly to my clients for these little things. So
right.
that's one thing that I'm like, I tell people all the time. I'm like, you want to earn more money? Your clients are your people too. For all these little things, they rely on you. They already trust you, but you've got to charge more for that stuff too. You can't just do it because
In
there's,
fact, that's something you could
yeah.
even add to an offering that you do
Okay.
where I'm thinking about estimated tax payments. Now, you could put as one of the line items in what you can offer in a package. You can get the personal tax return and you will send a reminder for them to make their estimated tax payment. You're not making that tax payment, but you're reminding them to do it because April, June, September, and January come around faster than you know. And you can just say, we will send a reminder to make your estimated tax payment based on your tax preparer's ES coupon. And then, of course, they lose the coupon. If you've scanned in the tax return with the copy of the coupons, you can securely email them that third part, that, the coupon. In fact, it's coming up this week. The September 15th is the third quarter payment. So we send out reminders and it's part of you can add it as a line item in your package to increase your fee, you know.
Yeah,
And if
and
they
just
say
those
no, say no,
little
little
things
stuff.
that it's just the little stuff that matters with all of them. Like we're getting into like, all right, we're in September. Is anybody thinking about 1099s yet? Oh, what a nightmare
Oh, I
that's
thought
gonna
of
be.
some today.
Oh my gosh. So I don't have like direct included in my packages are not 1099s. That's a separate
Yeah,
item.
I bill separately for that.
So I then send out reminders, hey, 1099s, do you want me to do them this year? If you do, sign up here with a link so I can be prepared because I want to have 1099s all done by January 15th at the latest. So they've got to let me know by a certain date. I haven't told them what date yet, but they've got to let me know, and then I can get started working on that so that it's all done. Because I don't want to work over the holidays. I'm not crazy,
Now,
and I want to work hard in January.
this is a question that comes up a lot, or
Mm-hmm.
I think we wrestle with as bookkeepers. All right. You and we know that you're to send 1099s out to service providers that provide a service for over $600. Client says, I'm not doing that. Now, where do you go? Or they go, there's one that's not sending a 10, I'm not going to give him one. Where say my feeling is I've told you the rules. If you don't follow them, it's on you.
Exactly. That's my feeling
Okay.
too.
Now I'm not the accounting police and I'm not the IRS, but this is my feeling. I wonder what everybody in the chat has to say. I mean, because I know a lot of people say if you don't get a 1090, then we're going to put it into owner's draw, or you're not getting the benefit of the expense, or blah blah blah. And my feeling is I've told you. I always feel like I'm the doctor. If I was the doctor and a big fat guy came in front of me and said, "Look, doctor, I really want to become healthier," and I say, "Well, you're going to have to lose weight, exercise, and give up that pound of bacon you eat for breakfast." And he goes, "Well, I don't want to do that. Isn't there a pill I could take?" He goes, "Nope." And he keeps eating that pound of bacon. Is it my fault if he has a heart attack? I told him the rules. So I feel I'm the same. I told you the rules, so you don't follow them. When I say, we need W-9s for blah, 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 well, I'm not doing it this year. Or they're not willing to give it one to me. I don't want to, et cetera, et cetera. So what do you do? Do you not send it? Do you write refused on it? Okay, you want to have your client get a fine? Write refused.
I don't do that.
Don't do that.
That's
We
just
had a
like
client, actually, we picked
put
up
a
a
red
client
sign
with a,
up. Come get me.
yeah, the client sent the preparer, the bookkeeper, the accounting firm sent out all the 1099s with no number on it. And they got client got a $3,500 fine. Now, what I get it. I realize they should be doing this, but if they don't, where do you draw the line? I mean, I go, I've told you, you don't do it, it's on you.
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. And Cindy chimed in here. Absolutely, we are not the bookkeeping police. I don't
Right.
submit a tax return, so the client gets to make the final decision, which is why I don't operate under a CPA license anymore.
Right. I mean, and perfect books are expensive. I mean, I think,
Yes.
Hal gets a lot of tax returns. He does all the taxes in the office, and people are doing their own books. And, the stuff that comes in, I'm thinking the majority of the taxes done out there are, so they're saying they can't hear you at all,
I can't
Donna.
hear me at all. Oh,
The majority of the taxes that come in for him to do are,
whoops, sorry.
how do they do this? But I think that's the majority of the tax preparers in the US of the small business people. They're not done right. But the IRS can't chase down everyone. Now, I'm not telling anybody to do it incorrectly. But as bookkeepers, we want perfect books. Oh, they don't do a 1099, or they should have put it in repair and maintenance and it was an office supply. What I'm going to go to IRS are going to come after me? No, they're not. I mean, I am not saying do it wrong, but do the best you can. That's all you can do. You trying to fix your mic, Donna?
Yeah, I sent out, an alert. We might
An
go ahead
SOS?
again. If people can hear me, I don't know which mic it's getting.
We're going to have to do a
Something.
repeat.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna hit. There's so many people in here, and I feel so bad.
But having a great time. I mean, so we've been
Yeah,
on for what? How long have we been going on? 30 minutes?
yeah, I think so.
Well, that was our goal, is to only do about 30 minutes, maybe 45 max. So I know you guys are busy, but I think, should we wrap it up for today so we can get
Let's
our mic thing figured out? And
let's
then
wrap it up. We'll get the mic thing figured out, and we'll figure out what is going on.
Donna says maybe your mic isn't connected. Push the plug in.
No,
Donna says,
it.
Cindy says, at least we got to see you.
Yeah, we'll be around. It's all right. We're gonna go off in a second. We're gonna figure out another day.
We'll figure it out, but watch for the live things. We're going to try to do these once a week. We do still have our podcast where we answer questions.
Yeah.
So don't miss those. We're not giving that up. But we appreciate you coming and we'll see you again.
All right. If you can hear me, I so appreciate everyone showing up. Deb and I are gonna talk as soon as we go off, and we'll see if we
Right.
can't
We'll
do
fix
another
it.
one this week. We'll get this
But
one
thank you
fixed.
all for coming.